Hi, welcome to Ken's Games Collection and a new episode of Blah Blah Blah. It's been a while since I've done this one and it's long overdue. And let's just talk about the obvious thing that's happened with the channel. Within a week ago, I got to 4,000 watch hours. I had got to my 1,000 subscribers within, I think it was 2 years, just over 2 years. And surprisingly, the watch hours got up to 4,000. And yes, I did monetize this channel. I want to make it clear that it was never my intention when I first started YouTube. I never even dared to dream that I would get to 1,000 subscribers for the first thing. When I was getting closer to that 1,000 subscribers, I was kind of starting to look at the watch hours, and I thought this is going to probably take another 6 months before I could get that stage. But I did get there. I did monetize the channel, but it wasn't my intention when I first started this channel. It was never my main goal to get monetized. I always wanted to share the passion of this stuff behind me, gaming, and I hope it shows and will continue to show. But I did monetize the channel. Now I got to say, it's opened up a whole new way I look at YouTube now because I am monetized and just the way things happen. Now, since I've been monetized, I've had emails from YouTube uh, trying to get me to do the subscription service. I think it's the super chat. I won't be doing that here. I don't believe in that. It's not something that I want for this channel. I don't want people to have to pay a subscription to view. What do? I just talk about games. I sit on my ass, talk about games. I don't want people to pay a subscription service for that. No way. It's not what this is all about. So yeah, that's really bizarre. I've had about 3 emails already, trying to get. I don't know, just suggesting, I guess, to go down that path. But no, not for me. But it's just interesting to see when I did get monetized. I just let Google, YouTube, whatever it is, place the ads randomly, automatically, I think it is. So when you do get monetized, you have the option you can go through all your videos yourself. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click a button and let YouTube take care of where they're going to place the ads. Now, I didn't realize there was going to be so many ads on certain videos. Take my games room tour. I went in there to have a look at the monetization side of it, and the amount of ad breaks in that video. That's like a 54-minute long video. Now, I let Google, YouTube, uh, you know, automatically pick where these ads are going to go. There was 14 ads in that video. One at 2.5 minutes, one at 5 minutes, another one at 9 minutes, another one at 14 minutes, and so on. So there's 14 ads in there, and I do not want that for that video. That was a labor of love putting that games room tour together, and to have that many videos, I'm gonna lose people watching those videos. You can skip the ads. I know. I want to make sure all those ads are skippable. You can, the power's in your finger. That's one thing I want to make clear. If you don't want to watch an ad, then skip it. It's up to you guys. Whatever. But to seeing that many ads, let Google do its thing and put 14 ads in there. It's not what I wanted. And I actually went through. I put an ad break in 20 minutes, and then another one in 40 minutes, and that's it. I've taken 12 out and just left 2 in there. Whatever, you might want to run off to get a coffee, I don't know. But I took those other 12 out because it would take away from the viewing time of those videos, and I'm sure that a lot of people would have clicked away from it. And I really want people to have a look at what I put into that video. The regular subscribers know I put a lot of work into that video, and to have 14 ad breaks in it, no way. And also with, it's kind of like, for me now, I can see like certain YouTubers, the bigger channels, do a 10-minute long video and there's 4 ad breaks in there. That's put in there manually. They go through their videos. They probably, where they're going to put a break, so they'll put an ad in there. So if I took say if this video is going to have a mid-roll ad break, if I stop talking now, Google will analyze this video and see there's a pause in me talking, and they would put an ad break there. So, I can see a lot of the bigger channels will pause for a little bit and there'll be an ad break. Yeah, it's kind of opened up a whole new way I look at how it's all done here. And at the end of the day, the only real winners in this is going to be Google. They'll get the most revenue. I thought, why not try it? Because, yeah, why not? And we'll see what happens with that. But I don't want to have videos where there's going to be ad breaks, especially in that games room tour. That really did piss me off. And I was telling Tim and Greg, that we do a podcast together. If you don't know who Tim and Greg are, I'll leave a link down below to their YouTube channels. We do a podcast every 2 weeks. So check us out on our podcast. But I was telling them, about that, and I was just so pissed off about that, to have that many ad breaks in that video. Not right at all. Now, let's move on to another thing that's really bugging me. This behind me. 2 years now I've been, behind this bookcase of games and stuff, and I'm thinking I need to change it up somehow. And I've been looking at other channels and other, not just gaming channels, because you see a lot of the gaming channels, they're behind a wall of games as well, like me. I like to try and change it up somehow. It's going to be impossible to do in this room. I may have to do it in my daughter's playroom, which means that at night I have to move everything around and get in there and film it. But I need to try and change this up at some stage. Take all this away. Put some lighting behind me, maybe. Have a simple background. I don't know, but I'm looking at stuff, just trying to get some inspiration to where I can go with that. Because after 2 years, it is starting to bug me. So if I can do it, I'll try. If not, then we have to put up with this a little bit longer. But I really want to try and change things up in the new year. Now, another thing I want to talk about is that I have pretty much stopped collecting for the Nintendo 3DS, the PlayStation Vita, and the Xbox One. I think I want to collect, I think, probably 7 more Vita games just to fill the shelf. And the same with, I think, the place. Which one is it? The Xbox One. There's probably a couple of games I want to get, so that shelf is full. There's no gaps. And that's pretty much it for me with those consoles. Moving forward, it's going to be Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. We can see the PlayStation 4 stuff is starting to wind down. I go on Ob's Game Shop. I look at the pre-orders, even with the stuff with the Xbox One is even getting more sparse. But the future is going to be for me for the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 5 at some stage, whenever they're going to be released. Now, I saw this whole thing on the Atari VCS. Is it a console, or is it, a hybrid console, or is it a PC? What's it trying to do? What's it trying to be? I had a look at it. You're going to be able to play all those old Atari 2600 games, which honestly, I'm not really interested in that sort of stuff. I didn't really do my research for that one because it doesn't interest me. But the thing is, $850 for this thing. So the market is going to be flooded by the end of this year, I feel. We've got the Xbox Series X coming out, PlayStation 5, we've got this Atari VCS, and that Kamiko, is it? Kamiko, whatever, that Tommy guy, I don't know who the hell he is. I don't know if it's going to be sold over here. So you got all these consoles competing. PlayStation is going to win. Then probably, yeah, Series X will probably have some sales as well. But these other two, it's flooding the market. It's kind of taking me back in the day when there was that video game crash. Was it back in the 80s or stuff? I don't know if it was all revolving around all those consoles that came out, but I think it was. But it just seems to be a lot of money for something that doesn't really know what it wants to be. That's the way I look at it. $850 here in Australia for the Atari VCS. Why? It doesn't make sense for me. Now, the final thing I've been thinking about doing is, look, I've rebuilt my Master System collection. Happy with what I've got so far. There's some more stuff I want to get, but now I'm turning my head towards recollecting for the Super Nintendo. Loved that machine back in the day. I do have a Ripco cover of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, which I got from Czechoslovakia. I can't find that page on eBay where I bought that from. So I've looked on some other places where I can buy cases to hold these games in, because I've been looking at the old Super Nintendo games. It's going to be very hard, very rare, and expensive to buy a Super Nintendo boxed. So we've seen all these replacement cases, look really cool, but I really want to get in and collect maybe about 20 games for the Super Nintendo. I know what I want. I know the games I loved back in the day. It's just something that I really want to get back. It's just, it was good times for me for the Super Nintendo. It introduced me to the world of Legend of Zelda and the Mario games, and we go into Mario Kart, all the amazing RPGs. Now, I gotta say that with the Final Fantasy series, I think I started with Final Fantasy 4 on the Super Nintendo. My mate that got me into gaming went to America. He brought that back for me, and he also brought back for himself, which I later bought off him, was the Super Mario RPG. Now, one thing you need to understand here in Australia, none of the Final Fantasy games or Super Mario RPG was released here in Australia. I don't know what it was. It wasn't until Final Fantasy VII was released on the PlayStation that was our very first Final Fantasy game here in Australia. So I would import from my mate's Grey Import store all those Final Fantasy games right up until Final Fantasy VI, and play them. And I love those games. I played a lot of RPGs on the Super Nintendo as well. Axley, stuff like that was a great game. Castlevania 4, oh my god, what an amazing game that was. And I think it was Tiny Toons Buster Bust Loose. That's one game I want to get back, and I saw it at Eddie's Retro Store. So I'm kind of thinking I need to go out there and get it, because that's the first case I'm gonna buy for the Super Nintendo. I already ordered it from France. It's cheaper to order this case with the cover from France than it is to buy one from here, from a local seller in Sydney. Bizarre but true. So I am looking at collecting some Super Nintendo games that really meant a lot to me. I really look forward to hunting down those games. And I think that's all I've got to talk about. I've got a list over there just going through everything I've talked about monetizing the channel, new background, yeah, all that stuff's done. So hey guys, thanks very much for watching. And look, power's in your finger. If you want to watch an ad, watch it. If you want to skip it, skip it. It's up to you guys. I don't mind. Until next time, guys. Bye.